Good morning from Athens, Alabama, one of the northernmost towns in Alabama. And over there you can see a bathroom of sorts. And over there you can see my car. And over here you can see the rules of the rail trail. Cyclists are required to wear helmets. Well, that's good. I'm wearing one of those. And today I'm going to be riding the Richard Martin Trail. That's not the trail, that's a road. The trail is right over there. There's a sign, an old sign that's kind of messed up. Let's go look at it. Here's the sign. You can see it's seen better days. But yeah, I am here, just north of Athens, Alabama. Might be within city limits, I don't really know, but it's kind of out in the countryside a little bit. And it goes all the way up. There's like a historic battle site. There's the little town of Elkmont up here, where I might be stopping to get a snack or use the restroom or whatever. And then there's a trailhead up here, right at the Tennessee-Alabama border, about 11 miles away. And there's the trail. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going on my trusty bicycle. So just a couple minutes into the trail here, and this is just to give you a good idea of what this place looks like. Just gonna turn my camera above my head here. Hopefully you're not looking at my helmet. I saw a couple, like 2 or 3, actually 4 cyclists in total, but they were in 3 groups. One was an old couple, but yeah, mostly old folks out here this morning. I don't know if that was a good camera angle, but we'll just go with it. And you can see, just like, look, it is just a path into the woods off in the distance, literally. It's a long path into the woods. It's very cool looking. It's very, a certain kind of picturesque, you might say. It has a certain vibe to it that I like. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, I've gone maybe a couple of miles at most, and saw some people hiking the trail with backpacks and stuff. Of course, I have a backpack too, but they had bigger backpacks. It's like they were training for something. And then here's the first road crossing. Just this quiet little country road. You can hear a distant road noise, and of course the bugs that never shut up, and that's about it. So this place is really quiet in like October, when the bugs are quieter. And the bugs are starting to leave. But yeah, to continue on that away. Oh, that's handy. This place has mile markers. Look at that. So now I know exactly how far I've come. I didn't see the first mile marker. But yeah, another road crossing coming up, I think. Maybe. We'll see in a moment. There's this creek that was on this side. It was a dry creek bed that was on this side. Now it's over here on this side somewhere. But yeah. A dry creek bed. That's something I see back west. Out here in the east, that's not something you see every day. But I guess if you go into the woods, you're bound to see anything. It's a nice day. Okay, so this newer sign says mile marker 3.0. But way over there is an older sign that says mile marker 3.0. And this is the third time I've seen it. I saw it at mile marker 2, 2.5, and 3. So there seems to be some disagreement between the new signs and the older signs as to where exactly the miles are. Maybe it's because they measure from different starting points, but I don't know. Of course, I don't really know how miles were measured back in the old days before we had all these electronic tools and GPS and everything else. So that could have something to do with it. But makes you think, I suppose. Continuing on into the woods. What are you doing in my swamp? Well, I am riding my bicycle in your swamp, Mr. Shrek. That's what I'm doing today. Yeah, there's just straight up a swamp here. Thankfully, I have some bug spray on, so that's good. Picaridin bug spray. I like to use picaridin, but I have to say this is it's weird. It's weird because the way the shadows are cast over the like this blanket of algae or whatever, it reminds me of snow. It reminds me of when there's snow on the ground, except it's all perfectly flat in this case, which is a little different, but yeah. Wow. Interesting indeed. I'm here in a very quiet part of the woods, and this is the historic site here on the Richard Martin Trail. It's the site of the Battle of Sulphur Creek Trestle, September 25th, 1864. The bloodiest Civil War battle to take place within the state lines of Alabama. And I'm no detective, but I have a feeling that these pieces of wood sitting here were part of the railroad trestle that was once in this area long ago. But yeah, and there's a hill over there and kind of a valley in between. So I'm guessing the railroad went from somewhere over here to somewhere over here, but I could very much be wrong because this was supposed to have been a railroad in the past itself, which tells me, I don't really know what that tells me because I don't see where a trestle would be except up here somewhere. So maybe the drawing on the map is not particularly helpful in telling me like where I am in comparison to all of this. There's a creek running right here, which is probably down there, if I had to take a wild guess, which tells me that, yeah, the trestle would be going across this way to that hill and back to this hill. That's my guess. So this old railroad bed is probably from a different railroad from a different era, maybe early 20th century. This is just total guessing. But yeah, very cool spot, very quiet. And yeah, those old railroad ties. I wonder which railroad they were from. The Civil War era railroad or a newer one that used to be here? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Oh boy, look at that. Flat tire. I was going over the rocks over there. Something must have been really sharp. Maybe a piece of broken glass or something. And all of a sudden, and my tire's flat. And not only is my tire flat, but for some reason the, let me roll it back here a little bit and show you the cap. The cap off of that just popped off, which is a little weird. I'm not sure why that would happen, but okay. Here we are in the woods. I have a spare tire and I have a way of pumping it up. So I'm gonna go find a nice flat spot and see what I can do. But first, I'm gonna park this thing and take a closer look on this way. See if I can see what might have done it. Of course, I can look on the tire itself too. Hey, is that a piece of obsidian? Just out of curiosity. Oh. But yeah, let's see here. I mean, these rocks are pretty nasty, but to just straight up pop a tire like that, shoot. I don't think I had my tire filled up too much. But yeah, it just burst. It was terrible. I think it was a cheap tube anyway that I got recently from the bicycle shop. But I have a better tube with me, so we'll try that. I see signs of civilization up ahead. You can't really see it on camera, but I think there's a road crossing coming up. So maybe I'll find a flat spot off to the side to change my tire. I'm walking, and I'm entering civilization, the little town of Elkmont. Here we are. There's a nearby park, so I'm gonna go to that park, find a clean spot under a tree, and change my tire. I assume this is the historic railroad depot. There's a church up on the hill over there. Very cool. That is the old railroad depot. There's an old red caboose. A couple of railroad ties. Some nice trees with flowers and stuff. It's a good old time. The Red Caboose Cafe. I am kind of hungry. There's that, and I think there's a pizza place nearby. And the park is right on the other side of all these buildings, I think. So I'm gonna go up here and turn left. Hoofing it, footing it, we're gonna make it. It's all good. There's the Red Caboose Senior Center, Elkmont Town Hall, the Red Caboose Cafe, and some little shop, looks like. I'm gonna hop up on this curb, and yeah, this looks to be the park over here. Looks like there's some shade and some flat areas I can do what I need to do here. And a nice accessible ramp. And look at that old brick wall. Wow. Morris Municipal Park. Thank God for Morris Municipal Park. Wow. There we go. Look at that. A flag, a gazebo, a bicycle with a flat tire. It's such a beautiful scene. Like something out of a grand western. I'm babbling. I'm losing my mind. All right. Anywho, got it all. Handlebar, taking all the accessories off and got the thing turned over. It's time to get this tire off and change this nasty little flat. Okay, I found the culprit. It's right there. That little tear right there. That's the culprit. That doesn't really explain why the cap just went flying off, but that is just a tear. It's just an actual tear. The pressure was too much for it and it tore. So no puncture. That's good. That means my my actual tire is still in good shape. So yeah, it's a lovely day. Well, I did it. Flat tire is replaced. Got a new tube, a much higher quality tube, so it should be no problem. Wasn't able to fill it up to like really full pressure, just because it's exhausting to use this little thing. But it's good enough, and it's probably good to be a little bit lower pressure considering some of the rocks we've been going over. So yeah, but I'm gonna go find some food or something, and then decide if I'm gonna continue north or just head home. I don't know. I'm tired, and it's getting close to noon at this point. So yeah, I gotta hurry up with this one because there's a horse people coming, and the horse people are coming, and if they come, I gotta be away from them. But horses can freak out. But yes, I've got a new tire, and I stopped at the gas station over there, and I'm continuing on this way. And there's some historic signs here. Very cool. Pause the video to read them, I suppose. More rocks. Oh, the rocks are scaring me. Hello, cows. Hi. Having a good cow day? Hope so. Yeah. Yep, I think they're having a good cow day. That's my opinion. They seem to be. They're pretty chill. Alrighty. Continuing on, we're about 7 miles along the trail so far. Almost 7 miles. 6.5 to 7 miles. It's about 11 miles in total. Elkmont was like between 5 and 6 miles. So we're really only halfway there. And it's noon, basically. So yeah, progress is slow, but I think it'll be faster because there's not a whole lot to see along this section. Just keep going to the end, basically. All right, I am very close to the end, maybe only a mile away. But as you can see, the shade ends, and it is like 90 degrees outside, but I'm going for it. Because I checked the map, it's only a little bit further. But yeah, this next segment is gonna suck. Straight into the sunshine. I do not want to go into that right now, but here we go nonetheless. That is not just a road. That road right there, with a mile marker of 11 miles over there, that road is the border in this particular region between Alabama and Tennessee. This is my bicycle. And I am going to make sure that the front tires of my bicycle, the front tire, both tires, touch Tennessee. So here we go. We are now in Tennessee. Look at that. Very cool. There's a big old field. The first field in Tennessee. Very cool. This is so awesome. Feels awesome. I'm in Tennessee. I can't believe it. I'm in Tennessee. Very nice. And this is the first time that my bicycle, I've been to Tennessee on my bicycle since 2018, I think. Yeah, for real, 6 years ago. Amazing. Of course, very different circumstances. I drove to Athens, but nonetheless, this is still pretty cool. Feels awesome. Back on the Alabama side of the border, there's this little old church, old abandoned church building. And apparently there used to be a town here called Vito, I think. And that looks like it used to be an old country store or something. It has the word Vito on it. There's an old Pepsi ad on the other side I might go take a picture of here in a moment. Well, that about does it. I am going to head back. Thankfully, there's a cloud overhead. A number of clouds, actually. And I'm going to head back that way, all the way back to Athens. And I might stop in Elkmont to get some food. Who knows? Maybe. But this has been fun. This has been a cool little journey. I hope I can make my way back up here again sometime in the future. Happy trails.